Just be yourself and everything will fall in line the way it's supposed to be. If you're yourself, that's the best thing you can do, because you can never go, damn if I'd only been myself. Live an authentic life and you don't have to worry about your reputation. Success isn't one straight line, it's a ladder, and there's always another rung above you to reach out for. Like anything else, there are ups and downs. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something. Make your own victories. Make your own mistakes. If you are gonna live your life, just try to not be crazy. Have fun, but have some focus and some purpose, and try to know what that is. If you don't know now, try to figure it out. Women play cellos and violins in symphony orchestras. They're playing Beethoven and Bach. What do you mean they can't play rock and roll? There's nothing wrong with being single and not getting married and being, just an old single lady. Who cares? My guitar is not a thing. It is an extension of myself. It is who I am. I grew up in a world that told girls they couldn't play rock and roll. I figured out it was a social thing, what women were allowed to do. At a very young age, I decided I was not going to follow women's rules. You want to have butterflies in your stomach, because if you don't, if you walk out on stage complacent, that's not a good thing. I think what people see in me is one slice of who I am. It does permeate my life in the sense that I don't like to be told what to do or how to be or how I can do it, but I'm probably a lot tamer than people would expect. Can't break free from the things that you do. I want to walk, but I run back to you. That's why I hate myself for loving you. Something happens, you can't even put your finger on it, and then you don't quite feel the same way anymore. All of a sudden, there's fights or something, and you are going, who is this person? I've seen this happen to other people, and it has happened to me. I tend to keep my private life private. I think it's important to have mystique. It's important to keep people thinking and guessing, and you want everyone to think you're singing to them. Other people will call me a rebel, but I just feel like I'm living my life and doing what I want to do. Sometimes people call that rebellion, especially when you're a woman. The media says that equality for women has arrived, but if you look around, you still don't see girls playing guitars and having success with it. I think I look better in darker clothes, and maybe the fact that I wear black so much makes me more aware of putting people at ease. And you have a record company behind it. This is a key too. You need people to fight for your records at least a little bit. So if you have a great song, it's catchy, and you've got a little bit of help, I think that's all you need. But there hasn't been that in music. You can never say never. I'm not sure if I even want to. I just don't know. Some of it is just not able to be reached. You can't remember some of it, and the people that could help you remember have passed away. It might have to remain a remain. I don't wait till stage to use my sexuality. My zipper's down right now. I mean, I use it all the time. Obviously, some people are thick, and they're not gonna see what they don't want to see. I think I was born strong-willed. That's not the kind of thing you can learn. The advantage is you stick to what you believe in and rarely get pushed out of what you want to do. Partly, I like a bad reputation, but I also want a reputation of being a good person. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know how aware teenagers are of me. I think it really depends on the teenager and how well versed in music they are and what kind of music they like. I hope one day people don't look at women like they're out of their minds when they want to pick up an instrument and play. And I think we're getting a lot closer to that. I left my family, and I left my brother and sister, and I went and lived my dream. I saw everybody, but is it ever enough? It's easier to sit there and say you don't like feminists because they don't have a sense of humor. People are very sincere in their praise, and you can't take it lightly. Being the first is kind of dirty, and it's great. Nobody knows what anticipation is anymore. Everything is so immediate. I want to be singing to everybody, and I want everybody to think that I'm singing to them. Guys, girls, and everyone in between. Performance-wise, You really need to be down in the trenches. You need to do the hard work for a lot of reasons. To build yourself as a performer, to get a sense of the audience, to work hard and to wonder, do I really want to do this? Obviously, the music and lyrics are in me, but if I let myself get in my own way, I do. I empty out and let it come. And then the music spirits take over. You follow any family around. You're going to see elation. You're going to see disharmony. The only good thing you ever said was goodbye. In pop music, you say, you can do what you want to me. Rock and roll says, I'm gonna do what I want to you. You know I don't care if the world thinks I'm smart or not. People don't want to see women doing things they don't think women should do. Radio has changed. There was a little bit of difference around the country, and now that is gone and everything is uniform. That is not the only place it's happening. In music, there's a lot of consolidation. For me, the challenge isn't to be different, but to be consistent. I'd like to just be a little bit more open to making mistakes and not worrying about it so much. The better your base is, and the more you know from experience, the better off you'll be when you try and make the big move. A lot of the touring stuff has become a drag. Traveling itself is a drag. Anyone who's been to an airport knows that. To be so superfocused and honed in on one thing can be good, because then you get what you're supposed to get done, but you also miss out on other things. I could have spent more time with my family and a million other little things. Happiness doesn't necessarily lie in material things. You just have to put yourself in a position to be happy. If you can do what you love for a living, that's a good start. Joan Jett, born Joan Marie Larkin, September 22, 1958 to James and Dorothy Larkin at Lincoln Hospital in Wynwood, Pennsylvania, a suburb of Philadelphia. Some sources incorrectly list her birth date as September 22, 1960. She is the oldest of 3 children. Her father was an insurance salesman and her mother was a secretary. Her family was Protestant, attending church and Sunday school, but were not strict in their religious beliefs. In 1967, her family moved to Rockville, Maryland, where she attended Randolph Junior High and Wheaton High School. Jett got her first guitar at the age of 13. She took some guitar lessons, but soon quit because the instructor kept trying to teach her folk songs. Her family then moved to West Covina, California, in Los Angeles County, providing Jett with the opportunity to pursue her musical interests. Shortly after the move, her parents divorced and she changed her name to Joan Jett because she thought it had more of a rock star sound than her birth name. She has admitted in recent years that Jett was not actually her mother's maiden name, even though that is what she used to tell people. Jett is an American rock singer, guitarist, songwriter, record producer, and actress. She is best known for her work as the frontwoman of her band JOAN JETT and the Blackhearts, and for founding and performing with the Runaways, who recorded and released the hit song Cherry Bomb. With the Blackhearts, Jett is known for her rendition of the song I Love Rock and Roll, which was #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 7 weeks in 1982. Jett's other notable songs include Bad Reputation, Light of Day, I Hate Myself for Loving You, and her covers of Crimson and Clover, Do You Wanna Touch Me Oh Yeah, and Dirty Deeds. At age 16, Jett became a founding member of the Runaways with drummer Sandy West. After the brief tenure of singer and bass guitarist Mickey Steele, Jackie Fox, Lita Ford, and Sherry Curry soon joined to complete the band, creating the classic lineup. While Curry initially fronted the band, Jett shared some lead vocals, played rhythm guitar, and wrote or co-wrote some of the band's material along with Ford, West, and Curry. This lineup recorded 3 albums, with Live in Japan becoming one of the biggest selling imports in US and UK history. Jett has a mezzo-soprano vocal range. 3 of her albums have been certified platinum or gold. She has been described as the Queen of Rock and Roll. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2015. Jett lives in Long Beach, New York, and has been a New York resident since the late 1970s.